Index number. In this lecture, we will discuss index number, the topic index number. So, what is index number? Index number is a indicator which reflects the changes over a specified period of time in the prices of community, quantities of community, and cost of living index. So, index number reflects, first point is index number. It is indicator. It is indicator which reflects changes over a specified period of time. इन ये तीन चीज़ों में चेंजेस को रिफ्लेक्ट करता है। इंडेक्स नंबर देखो, प्राइस इंडेक्स नंबर होते हैं, क्वांटिटी इंडेक्स नंबर होता है और कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंडेक्स, कॉस्ट ऑफ। सो फर्स्ट इज prices of different commodities, different commodities. Second thing is quantities of different commodities. Quantities of different commodities. And third is cost of living index. And the second point is index number. What it measures? It measures the relative change in the value of any variable with respect to time. So we are writing this point. It measures the relative change, the relative change in the value of variable, because it changes by passes of time. So it is not a constant, it is variable. The value of a variable with respect to time. Other factor is geographical, ग्राफिकल लिखते हैं, geographical, ये वो है region, geographical region, and the other characteristics, and the other characteristics, other characteristics. And so third point है index number. Since it reflects the pulse of economy, therefore it is also termed as economic barometer. So ये point लिखेंगे हम लोग. Since it reflects the pulse of economy, लिख लेते हैं, द पल्स ऑफ इकोनॉमी, therefore it termed as economic barometer. तो जो 3 पॉइंट्स हुए इंडेक्स नंबर में, फर्स्ट is that it indicator which reflect the changes over a specified period of time in the prices of different commodities, quantities of different commodities, and cost of living index, and it measures the relative change in the value of a variable with respect to time, geographical region, and the other characteristics. And the third number is it reflects the pulse of economy, therefore it is termed as economic barometer. And we will discuss some problems in the construction of index number. Now, the problem in construction of index number. So there are few points. The first point is, wait, the first point, the purpose of index number. So firstly, we have to know what is the purpose to determine any index number. So first point is purpose. Purpose of index number. So first step is to determine, first step is to determine the purpose. Determine the purpose for which we are doing, we are calculating the index number. We are not calculating, constructing the index number. The purpose. And the second point is selection of commodity. The second point is selection of commodities. Commodities. Selection of commodities. So after determining the purpose of index number, we select the commodities which are relevant. So after determining the first point, after determining the purpose, we select the commodities with respect to their relevance. With respect to its relevance. Its relevance. For example, if we have to measure the cost of living of low income group, so we will select the commodities which are consumed by that group of people. So in purpose of index number, example, if purpose of index number is purpose of index number is to measure the cost of living of low income group, to measure the cost of living of low income group, then we will select the commodities which are consumed by this section of population. So we will select the commodities which are consumed by which are consumed by low income group people. Low income group people. So for example, these are the pulses: wheat, rice. So pulses, wheat, rice, these are commodities consumed by low income group people. So prices of pulses, prices of wheat, prices of rice, etc. And the third point, data for इंडेक्स नंबर. डेटम वो सिंगुलर होता है, डाटा प्लूरल होता है. ये ग्रामर का थोड़ा याद आ गया. सो डाटा फॉर इंडेक्स नंबर. So set of prices and quantities of consumed commodities. For a consumed commodity by a selected community. Selected community because our purpose determines which community we will select. The third point is data for index number. Index number. So these data are prices and quantities of consumed commodities which we have selected, and these data are taken from reliable sources. ये रिलायबल सोर्सेज से ही डाटा लेनी चाहिए. फेक हो जाएगा तो इंडेक्स नंबर जो कंस्ट्रक्ट करेंगे वो सही होगा नहीं, और जब इंडेक्स नहीं सही होगा तो हम लोग जो टाइम के रिस्पेक्ट में चेंजेस देखते हैं किसी भी वेरिएबल मीन्स किसी भी वैल्यू में, वो नहीं देख पाएंगे सही से. सो डाटा फॉर इंडेक्स नंबर, these are the set of prices. These are the set of prices and quantity of consumed selected commodity. For selected commodity, and these data should be taken from reliable sources. These are taken from reliable sources. Reliable sources. And the fourth point we have, this is the fourth point, selection of base year. Selection of base year. Base year, it is the period. Base year is the period with which comparison to be made. Comparison to be made. Index for base year is always taken to be 100. Index for base period is always taken to be 100. So base period is normal period which is free from the economic boom and economic depression, because when we select the base year we have to consider this as well, because we can't take a corona period as base period, because at that time the changes in anything was at high level. For example, unemployment rate in between April to the September in 2020 was at its peak in the till now data we have. So the base period should be a normal period which is free from economic boom and economic depression, and it is also not too distant from the given period. If there is difference between the given period and the base period is increases, the relative measure will not as accurate it should be. So base period should be a normal period. Base period should be normal period which is free from which may free from which is free from economic boom economic boom or depression, and it should not be too distant from the given period so that our estimate will not go wrong. मीन्स जिस पर्पस के लिए हम लोगों ने इंडेक्स नंबर निकाला था वो सही इंडेक्स नंबर हमारा होना चाहिए, उसका बेस पीरियड ज़्यादा डिस्टेंस ना हो जिस ईयर के लिए हम लोग इंडेक्स नंबर फाइंड करने वाले हैं करेक्ट रिजल्ट के लिए. सो द बेस पीरियड should not be too distant, should not be too distant from the current period, from the too distant from the given period, from the given period. And the fifth point is types of average to be used. Types of average to be used. So there are three types of average we are using: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and median. Median एवरेज तो नहीं है बट यूज करते हैं। सो अरिथमेटिक मीन मीन्स दोनों टाइप्स के अरिथमेटिक मीन यूज होते हैं, वेटेड और सिंपल अरिथमेटिक मीन। एंड ज्योमेट्रिक मीन भी दोनों टाइप्स के भी हम लोग यूज करते हैं इधर, सिंपल और वेटेड। एंड मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट एवरेज ज्योमेट्रिक मीन ही लिया जाता है इधर in the construction of index number. So three types of means we have, averages भी है, arithmetic mean, geometric mean, मीडियन एवरेज नहीं है लेकिन हम लोग लेते हैं, एवरेज तो नहीं है पर मेजर ऑफ सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी तो है ही ये एक मीडियन। एंड अरिथमेटिक मीन दोनों टाइप के हम लोग यूज करते हैं, सिंपल एंड वेटेड। वेटेड में हर एक यूनिट को उसका हर एक यूनिट का वेट अलग होता है, तो उसके वेट के साथ उसे वेट के अकॉर्डिंग वेटेज देते हैं, मतलब ओके। सिंपल 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 एंड वेटेड ज्योमेट्रिक मीन। अभी आगे देखते हैं वेटेड वाला। एंड इट इज ज्योमेट्रिक मीन जो है ये मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट एवरेज है जो हम यूज करते हैं। सो इट इज द मोस्ट appropriate appropriate average to be used to be used. And the sixth point we have selection of appropriate weights. Each commodities are not of equal weights but different commodities has different weights. So various commodities not of equal importance, thus the proper weights should be given to them according to their importance. So the sixth point is selection of appropriate appropriate weight। जो ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होगा उसे वेटेज ज़्यादा देंगे, एंड जो कम होगा उसे थोड़ा कम देंगे। यही होता है रियल लाइफ में भी। Since various commodities are not of equal weight, so since wait since various commodities are not of equal weights, not of equal weights not of equal importance, weight are given according to their importance, not of equal importance, not of equal importance. Thus the proper weights given to them, thus the proper weights given to them according to their importance. According to their importance. And the seventh point is seventh and last, choice of formula. Choice of formula. We have two types of formula na? Simple aggregate method and weighted aggregate method for the construction of index number. So for which we have to know some notations. Let Pij be denotes the price of jth commodity in the ith year. Pij, let Pij, price of jth commodity, jth commodities, commodity in ith year, and Qij, this is quantity of jth commodity in the ith year, commodity in ith year, and ij, these are taken value 0 1, and 0 is usually taken as base year, is taken as base year, 1 is taken as current year, and I is taken as given year. I is taken as given year, and we have two types of formulae. So we use two types of formula. इसे इधर लिखते हैं. First, simple aggregate method, and second is weighted aggregate method. So simple aggregate method, simple aggregate method, simple aggregate method. So price index for ith year, price index for ith year is denoted by P0i, base year यहाँ 0 है, तो summation of all the commodity prices of all the commodities in the ith year, and summation of prices of all the commodities in the base year into 100. समीशन मीन्स सारे कमोडिटीज की जो प्राइजेस हैं उनका सम कर लेंगे, एंड सिमिलरली क्वांटिटी इंडेक्स फॉर ith year is denoted by Q0i. It is summation of quantities Q, or summation of quantities of commodities in that year, means IE in the ith year, and this is Q0j, means this is summation of quantities of commodities in the base year. And the second method is weighted aggregate B. Weighted aggregate method. Weighted aggregate method, here Wj be the weight to the jth commodity. सभी कम्युनिटीज़ को अलग अलग वेट्स एलोकेट होंगे इनके उनके इम्पोर्टेंस के बेसिस पे. सो हियर notations wj denotes the weight to jth commodity. jth commodity. So price of index for ith year. Price index of ith year. Price index of ith year, quantity index of ith year, price index for ith year equal to P0I summation Pij into Wj. Pij denotes the price of jth commodity in the ith year and Wj is weight of jth commodity. मल्टीप्लीकेशन करके फिर उनका समेशन होगा P0j into Wj. This is price of jth commodity in the base year and quantity index for ith year Q0I. This is Qij into Wj by summation Q0j into Wj into 100. Qij is the quantity of jth unit in the ith year and Wj is the weight given to the jth unit. तो ये हमारा आज का टॉपिक रहा एंड